fans, tonight from Mayo Thompson Stadium in Fort Smith, the top-ranked Bryant Hornets take on the number 6 ranked Fort Smith Northside Grizzlies. I'm Rob Patrick, and with me is Aaron Shuttleworth as usual. Our production guys, Dakota Baxter is our producer, and we've got Kendrick Ollison on the cameras tonight. Great to have you along. Hornets come into the game off of 3 Mercy Rule victories over some very good teams. They beat Benton 42-14, Bentonville West 38-0, and Fayetteville 42-13 last week up in Northwest Arkansas. Northside has beaten Rogers Heritage 36-7 and Van Buren 44-6. And in between those, they played Greenwood, which is one of the top programs in the state, and they lost there 31-10. These two teams met in the semifinals of the state playoffs last year, and of course Bryant won that game and headed to the state championship, where they won their first championship in school history. We'll have more for you in just a moment, but first we'll take this time out. This is Bryant Hornets football, brought to you by mmproductions.net.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
The Hornets.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
There you go. That's better. And the Hornets take on the Fort Smith Northside Grizzlies here at Mayo Thompson Stadium tonight, and in the first round of the 7A Central Conference action. 2 teams played last year in Bryant and were interrupted by a thunderstorm, lots of lightning that night, and Northside Bryant was starting to pull away, but Northside will tell you to this day that if they had played the rest of the half, they might have won that game. So we'll see. Looks like a beautiful night here, and they'll probably get this game in just fine. Joining me as usual, Aaron Shuttleworth. And Aaron, you look at this game, it's always a little bit different when you start in conference.
Yeah, no matter what happens the first 3 weeks, this is the week where everything starts mattering. You could go 0-3 and still that doesn't affect your playoff position. Now is the start of the real season. You know, the first game is great because you're playing against Benton. You definitely want to win that. And then game 2 and 3 are always against stiff competition. But now is when the real season starts. I've been asked a couple times this week, what is Bryant? What are they this year? I don't know. Are they just really, really exceptionally good? Or have we been playing a little bit lesser teams than what we thought we would?
Yep.
Now is when we're going to actually finally decide on, you know what, maybe we are just that dominating of a team this year.
It'll be interesting tonight that Bentonville West and Fayetteville are playing each other.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that turns out and how they do in their 7A West Conference. Word is that Bentonville West doesn't want to play Bryant anymore, and that next year the Hornets may have to go out of state for a week 2 non-conference game.
That'd be first one.
That'd be interesting. Anyway, we got the national anthem going, and we're talking right through it. So we'll take another break and be back in just a moment. This is Hornet Football brought to you by mmproductions.net.
Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
Back at Mayo Thompson Stadium in Fort Smith, where the Bryant Hornets take on the Grizzlies from Northside. And hats off to big number 69, Branton Collier, a 6'4", 300-pound senior, is in the choir and performing tonight with the choir as they sang the national anthem, now getting ready for the alma mater for Fort Smith Northside. I'm Rob Patrick. With me is Aaron Shuttleworth, our production crew, Dakota Baxter and Kendrick Hollison. Great to have you along tonight. Hornets come in 3-0, Northside's 2-1, and the Bryant first team has not played yet. It really hasn't played a full game yet.
Yeah, we haven't played a full 4 quarters, so it's going to be, we're going to be well rested, definitely. They've played pretty much like a game and 3 quarters worth. Especially when we're traveling up to the Northwest, it's nice to have those Mercy Rule games, get back on the road so much faster, and we'll see if that happens again this week. But last week, honestly, the past 2 weeks, I've been pleasantly surprised on just how well we are doing, because knowing that we lost a lot of senior leadership and big football players last year.
Buck James himself said that.
Yeah.
He's surprised.
And, we've been playing that next man up mentality. Yeah. And that just goes to the coaching staff, able to get these kids, properly train, do your assignment, do your job, and then, it's just showing on the field what they're able to produce.
In fact, they've got several players back here from Northside that they feel like they're going to be in contention this year as well. They do have a different quarterback. We saw plenty of Deuce Wise the last 2-3 years, but he is replaced by a pretty good athlete. His name is Drayden Norwood. They call him Dre. And his brother was Trey Norwood, who is now playing in the secondary for the Oklahoma Sooners after playing here at Northside. So pretty good athlete there. They've got some returning receivers, J.T. Thorne and James Clayton, as their tight end. Jackson King as well. He runs back kicks and plays wide receiver. And some defensive players. Defensive end Caden Washington, 6'3", 255, is back as a senior. Caleb McDonald is a senior nose guard. And a couple of their linebackers are back, including Stetson Van Meter, 6'2", 205. He's a senior as well, and I'm going to kill this last name here. But one of the cornerbacks that they had last year is Skylar Mingbufa, who was a starter last year. So the Northside feeling pretty good about themselves, and of course, everybody is 0-0 going into this game as conference play starts. The teams have played each other 9 times, starting back in 1999 when the Northside ended the Bryant run to an unbeaten season.
And I was on the field that night.
Yeah, you were. So you got a little different perspective tonight. Yep. But Bryant has won the last 3 meetings, including 31-12 last year, and 17 here. And then last year they beat them twice, 16-7 during the regular season and 28-7 in the playoffs. We've got the captains out on the field. Caleb Fisher is out there for Northside, along with Glenn Brewer. 22 is Skylar Mingbofa, and number 14 is Matt Hollenbeck, who is a backup quarterback. For the Hornets, if I can see through those guys to tell you who it is.
So it looks like 60.
Looks like Devin Rice, the center. 93 is Shiflett, David Shiflett, the defensive lineman. Dalen Land, the linebacker, is there, leading tackler for the Hornets this season. And 55 is Tanner Wilson, who sat out last week's game, but is back to play. Well, that's not Tanner. That is Ty Johnson, who's the guard for the Hornets. So while they're doing the toss of the coin, why don't you give us the keys to the game, Aaron Shuttleworth?
Like I was saying before, this is where the season really starts. This is when it all matters. So you want to go out there, play smart, play the football that we've been playing the past 3 weeks. We know we have the capability of beating bigger name teams. We're ranked number 1 for a reason. So play like a number 1 number ranked team. Another one, last week we didn't have our first penalty until halfway through the fourth quarter. That is great. I want to see more of that. We played discipline. We played Bryant football. The week before we had like 12 penalties. So this week I want to see more discipline with no penalties.
All right. Well, that sounds like a winning formula. We'll see how the Hornets perform. Of course, they'll be on offense as Northside won the toss but deferred to the second half. So the Hornet offense is led by quarterback Austin Ledbetter, a 6'1", 190-pound junior. His wide receivers are Trayvon Herron, the deep threat, Jake Metters, Hayden Schrader, and River Gregory. His running back, Ahmad Adams, who's coming off a game in which he gained 178 yards last week against Fayetteville. Offensive line is Will Diggins, a sophomore at left tackle, Tanner Wilson, a senior at left guard, Devin Pitts, a senior move-in from North Little Rock, is the center, Ty Johnson, a senior at right guard, and Brooks Edmondson, another sophomore, at right tackle. Defensively for Northside, as the Hornets take the field, and Northside does as well. Defensively, its defensive ends are Caden Washington, as I mentioned earlier, Malik Thomas on the other side, and the nose guard is Caleb McDonald. They often play a three-down lineman set. Their linebackers in the middle, it's Stetson Van Mater and Glenn Brewer. The outside linebackers are Javian Mills and Conley Bone. In the secondary, the corners is Mingbufa and William Relaford. And the safeties are Monte Parks and J.T. Thorne. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Middleton Heat and Air, Farmers Bank and Trust. We appreciate them helping us bring this stream to you. And we want to make sure you know that you can get a DVD copy of tonight's game and all of the Bryant Hornets games this season. Just go to mmproductions.net and order yours. It's been so far, it's been a stellar season, and certainly worth having those DVDs. Again, that's mmproductions.net. Northside takes the field with their kick cover team on, and their kickoff man is Slade Stanton. He also handles all of their placements. Their punter is J.T. Thorne, usually. Back deep for Bryant is Trayvon Herron. He is flanked by Joseph Young to his left and Miles Aldridge to his right. Northside all in red. Bryant with the white shirts and the blue pants and the blue helmets. Here's the kickoff. We are underway tonight. It's a short kick. And it's going to hit, and it's picked up on the run by Young. He tries to cut across the field and really picks up very little more yardage. He picked it up at the 26 and got 2 yards up the field.
All right, this high-power offense is coming on. You mentioned that Ahmad Adams had 178 yards last week. All but 6 of that was in the first half. He played 1 down in the second half, so he's got some fresh legs underneath him.
We're going to mark the ball at the 27-yard line, so just a one-yard return as a net. Then the offense is on the field with Adams lined up alongside Austin Ledbetter in the shotgun. Adams in motion, empty backfield, Ledbetter to throw to Adams. And he's going to be hit and falls forward across the 30-yard line. Looks like they may just give him the 30. And that was a big play for the Hornets last week. Pickup of 3 on the play. Northside may be as athletic as any team Bryant has played so far. That includes some good teams up in the northwest corner of the state.
Yeah, you just saw a good pursuit to the ball for the Northside Grizzlies.
Ledbetter in the shotgun again, double wideouts either side. Schrader and Gregory to the right. Now Metters will join them, and Herron is a lone wideout to the left.
Got a flag.
Back to throw under some pressure, and Metters tucks it and runs with it and gets back to the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a yard, but the flag at the line of scrimmage. They didn't stop the play for it.
It looked like it's pre-snap. I don't know if this corner over here jumped off sides.
Usually they stop a play if somebody's in the neutral zone. They say
illegal
shift against Bryant, and what does Fort Smith Northside want to do? They'll take that penalty, so no play. 5-yard mark off against the Hornets, and it'll make it a 2nd and 12 back at the 25. Pretty good rush there put on by Northside. One thing that the Hornets have done is protected protected Ledbetter very well this season. Trips to the right, double wideouts to the left. Again, an empty backfield as Adams joins the receiver corps. Ledbetter back to throw down the middle and through the hands of Hayden Schrader at the 35. Really had a lot of hot sauce on that throw, and Schrader was not able to haul it in. It'll be third and 12 at the 25 for the Hornets in the first series of tonight's ball game, the 7A Central Conference.
Schrader just running that slant through the center and just a little bit too much mustard on it. Had good coverage, so had he have brought that in, he would have been tackled still about 7 yards short. Another full spread on this play.
Trips to the right. Ledbetter looks to throw, gets Metters, makes one man miss, and is up short of a first down. He got close to the 35. Tackle made there by Mingbufa. There it is. I heard somebody else say it. So fourth down, and the Hornets are in a position to go for it.
Yeah, fourth and deep in our territory.
Hand it off to Adams.
Short.
He's not going to get there.
All right, this defense is going to step up. Just a 2-yard gain on that one.
Gets to the 36, and so he was about a yard short of the first down, and Northside takes over. A big lift for the Grizzlies here early. Great field position out of it as well. And Dre Norwood will lead the Northside offense onto the field. Double wideouts to the right. Man in motion will make it 3 out there, and Norwood rolls that way and throws it, and it is caught by King. And he's driven out of bounds after picking up a first down inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. Jackson King on the reception there.
Wallace finally able to push him out after the big pickup.
14 yards on the plays, and now Northside at the Bryant 22.
This is the first game that Bryant has not scored on their first possession.
The setback for Northside is Seth Fields. Double wing to the right, tight end, and now he's in motion. They hand it to him on a jet sweep, trying to get outside, and he's tackled for a loss by T-Bird Wilson. Tamari in the free safety for Bryant makes the tackle back at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, great pursuit by Wilson right there, just reading the play, following the direction of the ball, seeing where it's going, and able to get off a couple blockers and bring for a big loss.
First long yardage situation for Northside. It's 2nd and 16 at the 28. They look to the sideline for a play call. King and Fields in the backfield now, flanking Norwood. Double wideouts to the left, tight end on the far side. Low snap. They try to run the option. King's got it, and he is hemmed in and is tackled for another loss.
Another loss.
And Derek Rose is in on that play.
Rose almost took that pitch himself. He was back there so quick, but able to just keep pursuit and bring him down for another loss. So 3rd and longer now.
3rd and 18 at the 30. So Bryant's defense trying to step up here and make that 4th down gamble okay. Hornets failed to get a first down on their initial drive.
So you're going to be looking past right here and four down territory because field goal would be about close to 50 yards.
Thorne in motion. Norwood rolls left where all his receivers had positioned, and now he's looking to run it, and he's going to slide down at the line of scrimmage.
Right back to the line.
Austin Bailey and Dalen Land were there to cover him up, but it's going to be a 4th down now and 18 to go.
He had Wilson down here on coverage, just staying all over his man.
And they have a 4th down now, and they're going to go for it. They need 18 yards. Norwood with Fields in the backfield.
You got to go deep in your playbook for a 4th and 18.
King, they got a double tight end situation. King is out to the left and Thorne to the right, looking to throw the fade route to King, and it is well overthrown. And Bryant will get the ball back about where they gave it up.
Yeah, it's about 1 yard further away than what we gave it up on. We gave it away on the 36, and we're getting it on. Well, I guess we're getting on 30, so about 6 yards difference.
Both defenses have made good stands, and Bryant will have their second bite of the apple here.
And that's pretty much all that did was take 4 minutes off the clock, and it's a wash.
No score here. We're underway early on here at Mayo Thompson Stadium in Fort Smith. Bryant and Northside. Ledbetter again goes with an empty backfield. Trips to the right, double wide outs to the left. His speedster, Trayvon Heron, is split out wide to the left. Ledbetter throws it in over the middle.
Nice.
Got a man. It is actually Joseph Young still on.
Oh,
his
he's
feet.
still up. They didn't call him down.
They rolled him over, and he sat down on the defender, and he's down to the 10.
He's
the
got it.
5, and
Oh,
he is just shy of a
just
touchdown.
shy. That is a great heads-up play.
That was a great heads-up play. He never touched the ground. We'll see it on the replay here. There he is, and he didn't touch the ground. He sat on the
Wow.
defender and took off. Tremendous by Joseph Young, his biggest play of the season. And the Hornets have a 1st and goal at the 2. Big play by Joseph Young. Adams the setback alongside Ledbetter. 1st and goal at the 2. Hand off to Adams. He's hit in the backfield.
Stuffed.
Great job that time for North Little Rock, or for Northside. Caleb McDonald kind of submarined and he ate that play up. Got a yard, so it's 2nd and goal at the 1 now. Adams again with the chance, again hitting the backfield, and he
Second
fights
effort,
forward,
maybe.
and he's going to be short of the first of the touchdown.
Another 1-yarder, though, just that second effort, able to get some positive yardage.
And you got to say that the Northside's defensive line is doing a great job of submarining the offensive line for Bryant, and the Hornets are unable to make any room for Adams. There's usually enough of a load he can fall forward for a yard. Needs one now. Ledbetter will roll out to his right, throws it.
Nice.
And Schrader, the tight end, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Lost it on the way down, but got the ball over the goal line, and got the touchdown. That's kind of a victory for Northside. They were able to hold the Bryant running game down for a moment, but the big play from Joseph Young gets the Hornets into the end zone, and now Brock Funk will attempt the extra point, and the Hornets will be the first to score, or they are the first to score here tonight. Extra point is up, and it's good, and Bryant has a 7-0 lead over the Northside Grizzlies. It's a big play there by Joseph Young. I'm going to try to calculate how long that play went. 68 yards. After he had appeared to have been tackled, he rolled over the defender and just got up and kept running. So Bryant goes 70 yards in 4 plays, most of it there on that pass from Ledbetter to Young. And the Hornets take the 7-0 lead. Brock Funk will come out to kick it off. Just looking to see where Joseph Young had caught a pass yet this season, and I don't think he had.
I don't think he has.
So quite a first catch of the season for
Yeah, I mean, and getting 60 of those yards off of just a heads-up play, knowing that he wasn't down.
Yeah.
And also, good job by the ref by holding the whistle.
Here's a kickoff down to the 6-yard line. This is King trying to cut outside to the left, get to the 20, turns
the corner,
but then is hit out of bounds. Austin Schroeder and Kobe Melton were there to bring him down.
He was trying to hit that corner, and had he turned that corner, he had the speed, but he did have Schroeder after him.
So a good return of 24 yards, and Northside will have their second shot on offense after going 3 and out and losing yardage on 2 of those plays. 4 and out actually is what they did. They're starting this drive from their own 30-yard line. Trailing at 7-0. Northside comes in 2-1. Bryant is 3-0. They're going to mark it at the 29. Norwood, the quarterback, he's got 2 running backs alongside him. One of them is King. Hands it to the other back, and we'll get his name in a second. And they bring him down after a pickup of a yard, maybe 1.5. That was actually Ty Massey on that run.
Cameron Scarlett in on the stop.
pick up we'll call it 2. And it'll be 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line. Along 8.
Yeah, it's
Right outside the 30. Massey continues at running back. In motion is Thorne. They hand it off to Massey, and he is not going to get anywhere. Now, Rodrigo Martin had a bead on Norwood, and he handed it off. And coming up to make that tackle was Austin Bailey. And it's a 3rd down and 8. Really no gain on that play. Norwood has Massey in the backfield with him as he looks to the sideline for a play call. Wideouts include Fisher on the right side with King, tight end near side. Man in motion is Thorne actually. Rolls to the right, throws to the sideline.
Oh,
almost
almost intercepted.
And nearly intercepted. Tremendous play there by, I think it's Laquan Laquave Brudfield, who has gotten a lot more playing time since last week, played well against Fayetteville. And it'll be a punting situation for the Northside Grizzlies. Thorne is the punter. He's also an excellent athlete, but he gets the kick away under some pressure there. Kick hits and takes a north side roll inside the 25, inside the 20, and down at the 19.
That's how you flip the field.
Under pressure, he got a good kick away. And now Bryant has it once again, leading 7-0. 5:20 left to play first quarter, and they're at their own 19-yard line.
Give you a quick score update right here. We have Cabot 6, Little Rock Catholic 7. That's in the first. And then Springdale is playing at Rogers Heritage 7-0.
Right. It is the opening night of conference in both 7A leagues. Metters with a tight end on the far side. That's Schrader. Double wideouts that side as well. Hands it off to Adams, who kind of reverses field before he gets going and then never really gets beyond the line of scrimmage. They look determined to stop Ahmad Adams.
Yeah, this defensive line for Northside Grizzlies is winning a little bit of in the trenches right now. They're just standing up the Hornets on the offensive line, just creating chaos for Ahmad Adams. Right now, he's sitting at only 5 yards on 4 carries, so that just shows you how determined this defensive line is for the north side.
Got one on that play. Ledbetter.
False start.
Back to throw, and I think somebody just moved their head, and it was enough to get the false start penalty. And that'll mark them back 5, so a 2nd and 14 back at the 15-yard line. Hornets have had one big play, and from the scouting reports, that's what got Northside at Greenwood was big plays. Played the Panthers pretty tough other than that. Ledbetter has double wideouts to his right. The wide side of the field, he's got 3 receivers. Empty backfield, looks to throw. Under some pressure, rolls to his left.
Oh, he's
but still gets away, and now he's going to be drilled by 4 different Northside players at the 11-yard line.
The coverage was good downfield. He had to just roll out of that pocket. Almost got free. Almost got his helmet ripped off too. But then takes the big 9-yard loss.
Ball's at the 11. Ledbetter will keep Adams in the backfield for protection. Back to throw. They got the screen set up, but it is sniffed out and played by the linebacker, Stetson Van Mater, and they lose a yard on that. So Bryant with the biggest challenge this season from a defense, and they're playing very aggressively and giving this offensive line all they want.
They are. They've seen the film of what this Hornet offense can do, and they've been determined, it looks like, to stop every weapon that we have.
So Ledbetter is back in the end zone to punt this ball away. Bryant leading. It's a high snap, but he goes up and gets it, gets the kick away. It's a line drive. Hits at the 40, takes a Bryant bounce inside the 50, and it's going to be rolled out of bounds or at the 47-yard line. So great field position once again for Northside, but they're still looking for their initial first down with 3:03 left to play in the first quarter. Bryant leads it 7-0. And Dre Norwood and his offense for the Grizzlies will take the field. Their tight end, they often make plays with the tight end, is James Clayton. He's a returning starter. They have Thorne out wide to the right and Jackson King to the left. The running back now is Fields with Norwood in the backfield. And fake the handoff, run the option, and David Shiflett does a good job of bringing Norwood down after a pickup of 2 yards. So both defenses playing really well right now. 2nd and 8 at the 49. Change in receivers. They bring in another wideout, Preston Ball. Again, it's Fields in the backfield with Norwood. He gives it this time up the middle, and Fields is going to be hit and stopped as he crosses the 50-yard line. Coming up to make the tackle was Cameron Scarlett, linebacker.
Yeah, just a little dive play for Fort Smith. Able to pick up 3 yards or 2 yards, but.
So it's a 3rd and 6 at the Bryant 49. Northside still looking for its initial first down. This is their 3rd possession. Bryant leads at 7-0. Fields in the backfield. Thorne split to the right. King to the left. Double tight end formation. Norwood back to throw under some pressure now. Being chased back to the 30-yard line. Now he's getting to the sideline and throws it away. He's out of the box and kind of had Clayton near enough that the pass was not a grounding penalty, but Bryant putting plenty of pressure on Dre Norwood that time, and now it'll be a punting situation once again for the Grizzlies.
He had that whole defensive line chasing him in the backfield about 15, 20 yards deep.
Yeah, their offensive line was nowhere to be seen from that either. So both offensive lines struggling a little bit here.
Yeah, I checked down field to see what the coverage was like, and then I saw that we had just everybody chasing after him.
Thorne gets the kick away after some pressure. And Cottrell Wallace gets in a scrum as Metters makes the catch and is down at the 15-yard line.
I'm surprised
somebody grabbed a hold of Cottrell Wallace there and went to the ground and kept hold of Cottrell's jersey. And
Caleb Fisher, that was up last off the pile.
It was, fortunately, nothing came from that. Although you can see a little frustration from Cottrell.
Yeah, definitely.
So the Bryant Hornets back on offense, leading at 7-0. Adams in the backfield with Austin Ledbetter. Fakes the handoff, throws it outside, and it's out of the hands of Joseph Young near the 25-yard line, incomplete.
Ledbetter got popped on that pass.
So a 2nd and 10 at the 15. We may see the Hornets roll out a little bit here.
If they don't do that, they're at least going to – looks like they're going to keep Ahmad back there just for that last line of protection if they don't do an RPO option.
Double wide out to either side. Schrader and River Gregory to the right. Back to throw, looking to the left side, and gets a man. It's Heron who's out of bounds with a first down at the 26-yard line. Nice throw and catch there. Simple route, and Trayvon has his first reception of the evening. 11-yard pickup, and it's 1st and 10 at the 26. Bryant leading it 7-0. Just a minute and 25 left in the first quarter. Rob Patrick, Aaron Shuttleworth with you here from Mayo Thompson Stadium, the start of the 7A Central Conference competition. Better back to throw again. The blitz is on. Gets it away.
Oh, he just lobbed that up there.
It is incomplete. He threw it, tried to throw it under Metters. Metters was unable to get to it, and it's incomplete.
That had so much air under the ball. That
he was hoping that Metters could run under it, but it was not close enough to him that he could get there. Schrader was out there as well, but he was even further away. But again, the blitz was on. He was trying to get rid of it too. So the Hornets go with Schrader at tight end. Metters and Gregory will split out to the right. To the left, it's Heron. Adams alongside Ledbetter, 2nd and 10. Fakes the handoff, looks, and on a second try, he throws it away. Looks like they had Heron well covered by William Relaford. There were a lot of physical coverage there. One thing about Northside that not many of the teams that Bryant has played yet so far, they're athletic enough in the secondary to play man-to-man coverage.
Yeah, you're not seeing a lot of zone back here tonight. And it's probably going to be one of the bigger front line we've played against also.
3rd and 10. Ledbetter back to throw once again. Looking, throws it up over the middle. It's got
nice.
Manners. He's
got
got a first
room.
down at 40.
Got a blocker.
45, 50,
He's
down the
up.
sideline and out of bounds at the north side 40-yard line.
So
tremendous touch on that pass as he got it to Metters on a drag route and a first down for Bryant.
It's like you're saying before, Greenwood is where they got the points off the big plays. And once again, another big pass play for the Hornets to move the chains on a big 3rd down.
34 yards on the play, and Bryant is in Northside territory, leading at 7-0. Fake the handoff, throws outside, got a man. It is
got him.
Young, steps past a defensive player.
Got him.
Joseph Young hadn't caught a pass all season. Now he's got 2 for touchdowns, or 2 big ones.
Yeah.
That's his first touchdown.
That puts him over 100 yards for the night.
40 yards on the reception, and he made a man miss him, and that's where you get into trouble in man-to-man defense.
Yep.
One guy.
Yeah, once you
can complete it.
Yeah, if you do not get him down, you have your next available person is coming way across the field.
Out of the hold of Metters, the extra point by Brock Funk is good, and we are at 56 seconds left in the first quarter, and Bryant leads it 14-0 here at Fort Smith Northside. So couple of big plays for Joseph Young. I'm going to check the season stats again to make sure we're telling the right thing, but Joseph's played quite a bit. Let's see. No, he didn't have any receptions coming into tonight's ball game. They were led by Schrader with 13, Metters with 9, Heron with 8, Adams with 6. Joseph Young is having a breakout night here for the Bryant Hornets.
Just shows you another weapon that we have that we can, hit you in a couple different areas.
He played defense last year. They really liked his speed, and he has broken out tonight. Funk will kick it off for Bryant, leading it 14-0. It's a high end-over-end kick. Comes to King at the 6-yard line. Jackson King back to the 20 and trying to lace his way further, but it's brought down at the 21-yard line. Hart Penfield was in on that tackle, along with Taven Jones. So Northside back on the field, still looking for its initial first down. Ball came out to the 22 is where the line of scrimmage is. 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Bryant leading it 14-0, but it has not been a dominating performance. It has been big plays that have carried their way. Hornets have done a good job of adjusting to the north side. Here's a handoff to Fields, trying to get outside on a power sweep. And a good job by Cameron Scarlett to bring him down after a pickup of about 4.
And one of the biggest runs over there on the right side. It's just like it's not really a reverse, but they're doing a little bit of trickery in the backfield. You don't know which player is going to get the ball until the very last second. Then you already have pursuit going one way and redirecting the other.
So Norwood, the quarterback, Massey's in there back at running back. Thorne is on the right wing. Quick throw outside to King, and he's hit immediately by
Nice.
Derek
Oh, did he
Rose.
come up with that?
And he took the ball away, but they're saying no. He had the catch. King's slow to get up. He got it right in the chin.
Yeah, he is.
And the ball is at the 23, so they actually lost a yard on that play. He's coming to the sideline. Big hit by Derek Rose, who had the game-opening interception for a touchdown last week. We're at the end of the first quarter, and Bryant leads it 14-0. This is Hornet Football, brought to you by mmproductions.net.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
The third down play for Northside was an incomplete pass for Norwood, who was rolling out to his right, tried to get it to Thorne, and it's 4th down and 7 at the 22-yard line for Northside. And Thorne is back to punt. Gets a kick away. It's a line drive. It's going to hit and take a Bryant bounce as the Hornets get away from it. Then it goes Northside's way, and the Hornets will have it at their own 44-yard line.
You just see Derek Rose just running away from the ball because it did take that Bryant bounce, and it was coming right towards him. He just beelined it towards the Northside's sideline.
So with 11:44 left to play in the first half, Bryant leading at 14-0. Getting a challenge here from the Northside Grizzlies. The ball is at the Bryant 44.
Yeah, definitely the biggest defensive competition that we've played this year. But two big plays have set up this Hornet offense and Hornet team. And we got good field position right now.
Double wideouts either side, both stacked. Ledbetter rolls right, throws to the outside, gets it to Drake Finley, who's got yardage out across the 50 and into Bryant Northside territory at the 48. Pick up on the play of about 8 yards.
Number 16, Jack Green on the stop.
And puts us at 173 in the air tonight. But on the ground is a different story.
Second 2, ball across the north side, 48-yard line.
Ledbetter gives the handoff over the left side and stopped short of a first down. That was the first carry of the season for Preston Garrett.
Washington on the stop.
Garrett must have had a good week of practice. He's 5'8", 155-pound senior. Picked up no gain on that play.
Right to the line of scrimmage. So with that run, we're still sitting at -4, but the bulk of that coming off that big loss of the -9. But even before that, 2 yards and 3 one-yard runs. So the air attack is where we're all doing it tonight.
Ledbetter gives it this time again to
There he
Garrett.
goes.
Breaks a tackle into the secondary. 40, 30, 25, and Garrett is driven out of bounds.
He's still up
At the 21-yard line. Just sidestepped a blocker and a defender. And Preston Garrett got a big gain down to the 21. That's 27 yards. And a first down for Garrett, and Bryant is back deep into Northside territory, leading it 14-0. And Garrett remains the running back. Double wideouts either side, wide side of the field to Ledbetter's left. Metters adjusts out, split out wide to the right. They adjust the receivers to the left. Finley and Schrader. Fake handoff to
just high.
Garrett, and a pass is overthrown, trying to get it to Schrader. It'll be a 2nd and 10. So the emergence here of Preston Garrett.
I'm trying to look at the sideline to see if Ahmad is on a training table or something, or.
Ledbetter with Garrett alongside. Double wideouts to the left. Schrader there at tight end to the left. Devin Pitts, the snapper. Gives it off to Garrett over the right side, and Garrett's going to get down inside the 20 to the 17, but a flag comes in late.
Yeah, it looks right in that holding area. I think that's why that gap was opened up and was holding.
Right at the point of contact, so they'll move it back and mark it off. It'll actually be marked from the 20, so it'll be basically a 9-yard penalty. And it'll be a 2nd down and 19 back at the 30. So Garrett remains the running back. Ledbetter, again with double wideouts either side.
2nd and 19 from the 30.
Rice and Metters to the left. Finley and Schrader to the right. Here comes the blitz. Ledbetter stands in,
Nice.
gets away, and
On a
Metters
rope.
in for the touchdown.
On a rope.
Caught it at about the 8-yard line and carried the defender into the end zone, and the Hornets increased their lead. They picked up the blitz really nicely that time.
Yeah, that was a great pass from Ledbetter. Just on a laser right to him, hit him in stride, and then carried the defender, the 7+ yards to the end zone.
So Funk in to add the extra point. That's the 3rd straight possession for Bryant to score. And Funk adds the extra point, and it's Bryant 21 and Northside nothing with 10:35 left to play in this first half. Hornets have had to earn every yard. Once again, we want to invite you to get a DVD copy of this game or any game or all the games that the Hornets play this year. Go to mmproductions.net and get your DVD copy. There have been a lot of highlights through these first 4 games so far. First 3.5 games.
Yeah.
Not even that, 3.25.
Yeah, we've had a few big ones already tonight.
Yeah.
How many yards was that?
That was a 30-yard touchdown
30.
pass.
So that puts us at 203 on the air tonight so far.
Northside determined to stop Bryant's run game, and they've done that.
They've definitely done that. But when you have this many weapons on offense, you'll just have the receiving core, make up for what the lack of the ground game is doing.
Here's the kickoff back inside the 5 and goes into the end zone and hit about the 1. It'll be a touchback for Brock Finley. And Northside will have it trailing by 21 points at their own 20-yard line. 10:35 left to play first half. We'll have halftime stats for you, and we'll also have scores from other conference games around the state. Big game for Benton tonight. They're playing Greenwood. Number 2 team in the state, Greenwood, by some counts overall. Dre Norwood, the quarterback. Fields is his setback. Moves his receivers around. He has double wideouts to the right. That's the ball in the middle of the field. Now a man in motion. They give the handoff to Fields, and he is hit and brought down.
Ooh,
penalty flag flies in.
Flying in from the back.
But tremendous tackle there by Kobe Milton as he ran right into him and wrapped him up and brought him down with a little help from his friends.
It is against Northside.
If they mark it off from the spot of the foul, yes, they will. It must be a hold. And the official.
Yep.
So half the distance to the goal line will put it at the 9.
Right at the 9, yeah.
So an 11-yard penalty for holding. Actually, it would have been longer because it was behind the line of scrimmage. So 1st and 21 at the 9 for Northside. Trailing it 21-0. Still looking for its initial first down.
I don't know if we have a timeout or an official timeout.
Trying to figure things out. Kennedy Miller in the ball game now for the Hornets at left defensive end. He's joined Shiflett. And let's see, Malachi. No, that's Kyle Green. No, it's Rodrigo Martin at right end. And in the middle is
They declined the penalty.
Taylor Martia. Seeing action here. Taylor Martin in the middle. So they declined the penalty, and it is 2nd down and 9 at the 21. That's confidence in your defense right there. Norwood with Massey alongside. Double wideouts to his right. That's a short side of the field. Hands off to Massey, trying to get around the left side. The Hornets wrap him up. Big hit coming in late. On the middle was, down in the underneath was Penfield. And Kennedy Miller was in there as well. Pick up on the play just out to the 23, so 2 yards on the play.
3rd and 7 from the 23-yard line.
It's 3rd and 7.
I do like that defensive call, though, saying that we have stopped them past couple drives. Leave it in the hands of your defense, and you just see right there. So another 3rd and long, deep in their own territory.
Norwood back to throw under some pressure, gets it away, gets the pass caught, but the Hornets bring him down
I think
right at the line of
I think he tackled him.
Gain. Melton made the tackle after Schrader got the first contact as they got it to their tight end, James Clayton.
It's 4th and 1.
Depends on the mark.
Yeah, they're doing 4th and 1, it looks like.
Just shy of the 30, so a 6-yard gain. 4th down and 1 at the 29. Norwood trying to draw the Hornets offside, can't get it done.
Timeout.
And they're going to take a timeout. Make sure they cannot miss on a 4th down here because they already lead, or they already trail 21-0, giving Bryant this kind of field position to be.
And they just moved the ball back a couple more inches,
Well,
too.
that's because the center moved it up.
A little back and forth, yeah.
So Bryant leading it 21-0 with 9:07 left to play in the first half. Once again, let us remind you that our broadcast is brought to you by Middleton Heat and Air and Farmers Bank and Trust. And for a DVD copy of tonight's game, you can go to mmproductions.net. Bryant leading it 21-0. Has struggled to get its ground game going, but the Hornets have already hit the century mark in passing. They're well over that.
Hit the double century.
Yeah. And the Bryant defense trying to make a stand right here on 4th and 1 with Northside trailing by 21 on their own 29-yard line, needing about a half a yard for a first down. Have not had a first down yet.
Northside Grizzly baseball tournament. First game will be held this October.
And they're going to punt.
They're going to punt. I definitely watch.
Thorne is back to punt it. He's a good athlete, one of their wide receivers. Hornets are playing prevent defense here. He gets the kick away, and it's a high kick that Metters makes a fair catch at the 37. Sure-handed return man. The Hornets will have it back there. So Northside decides that restraint is a little better part of the valor, and they will punt it away without. They really didn't want to give it back to the Hornets at the 30.
I mean, they would have just one play, and they could have been up to 28-0. Now at least now it's a 30-yard flip. So they got to go.
Hornets have got to go 67 or 63 for a first down. And 63 just happens to be the number of the centers. Devin Pitts is about to snap it to Austin Ledbetter. Hands it off over the right side to Ahmad Adams, and he moves the pile across the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 40.
So 3 yards on that one for Ahmad, his biggest of the night, which is
he hadn't had a whole lot of carries.
No, but this running game is setting up our passing game because they're doing such a good job defending the run that it's opening up the passing and with the man-on-man coverage.
They're concentrating on that running game, perhaps to their detriment. Ledbetter again to Adams.
There he
and
goes.
This time he's got room to run. He's out to midfield for a first down. It's an interesting little sidestep he and the blockers make at the line of scrimmage. It looks like it's going to go right up the gut, and it goes off the right tackle spot. Picked up 10 on that play. It's 1st and 10. The Hornets back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll. No huddle offense. Ledbetter with double wide outs either side of the field. He's got Adams again with him, and he gives it to Adams again. Lowers his shoulder, spins, and gets down to the 46-yard line to pick up a 4 as Ahmad is starting to get a little rhythm going here. 2nd and 6 for the Hornets, the 46 of North Little Rock. 8:01 left to play first half. Bryant leading it 21-0.
That's the 10th play on the ground for the Hornets as opposed to 15 in the air tonight. But 40 yards on the ground, 203 in the air.
Double wide outs to either side. Ledbetter back to throw under the blitz, gets the pass away.
Look at that,
open is Gregor, and he made.
He dropped it.
He made a sliding grab. It looked like at the 20-yard line, but could not hang on as he slid across the field.
That would have made
3rd and 6 at the 46. But again, they picked up the blitz, Solo coverage, open receiver.
And just he was already going. It wasn't really a dive. It was like a baseball slide, and it just kind of squirted out. But
Third down.
this is going to be the 6th third down for the Hornets tonight, and as of right now, they're 3 of 5.
Miles Aldridge in the ball game. He caught a touchdown pass last week against Fayetteville. Fakes a handoff, throws down the middle, got a man open. It's Young again, breaks a tackle as he's done all night, and breaks another one and gets down to the 30-yard line. How about Joseph Young?
Man, he is balling out tonight. He came ready to play. But another good thing is that Northside doesn't have any film on him, and he's just making his own highlight reel tonight.
15 yards on that reception. A new first set of downs for Bryant at the 31-yard line, leading it 21-0, 7:29 first half. Back in the game is Garrett at running back. Double wide outs either side. Wide side of the field to Ledbetter's right. This time he gives it to Garrett. Slips a tackle and gets inside the 30 to the 28.
Yeah, had he not slipped, he had a little more green pasture in front of him, but it's just that last cut took it out from underneath him.
3 yards on that run. Actually, they give him to the 29, so 2 yards for Garrett. He stays in the game. Ledbetter, again, double wide outs either side. Fakes the handoff, and he's going to follow. Now he rolls out to his right, gets a big block out there. And he's still on his feet.
Oh, he's going the whole way.
10, touchdown, Austin Ledbetter. Springing him and really sealing that side was Jason Shiflett, the sophomore tackle. And Ledbetter, who has started to go left around behind Garrett, takes it around to the right, picks up the block from Shiflett, and rolls down into the end zone.
That was a stumbling and bumbling all the way down.
29 yards for the touchdown, and the Bryant Hornets on the verge of making it a 28-0 lead. Funk adds that extra point, and indeed, with 6:46 left to play in the first half, it's Bryant 28, Northside nothing.
Could we see another?
We could, actually. There's 6:46 left in the half.
I know. It's just
I never
after
dreamed it.
After the first drive, I wouldn't have either. But if we can stop them again.
And again, they're still Northside is still looking for its initial first down with 6:46 left to play in the half.
Yeah, I mean, just the first couple drives, this was shaping up to be a big defensive game. It was going to be who can do the first mistake. And as of right now, this Hornet defense, it's been stingy.
Hats off to the Bryant offensive line and the offensive line coach, Shane Clancy, who adjusted to that blitz and gave Ledbetter time to find those open receivers, and they have been open.
And also throwing Preston Garrett back there.
Yep, Funk with the kickoff. It's taken at the 1 and bringing it back across the 10, the 15, and brought down. Somebody held on there. They had him by the shirt.
I think it was
Jones.
Yeah.
The return by Fisher is stopped at the 14. So things don't get any better for Northside.
I mean, he tried to get as many yards as he could, but he's 6 short of where it would have came out at.
So Northside again on the field offensively. Dre Norwood. It's like he has Fields alongside him at running back. Fakes the handoff. Norwood keeps it, and he dives forward head first to the 17. I think his head got crashed.
He got almost knocked out. He is not moving. Well, he's moving, but he's hurting.
Well, it wasn't a head-on collision. I think they just came down. The whole body came down on his head.
Yeah.
He ran his head into the ground, and somebody fell on top of his head, and he is down. And they will attend to him. So while they're doing that, we'll take a timeout here. Bryant leads at 28-0, 6:28 left to play in this first half, and now Norwood's on his feet. They bring him to the sideline.
So he's going to have to.
I don't know if we have a full timeout for a break here or not, so we'll keep it here.
And so he is going to have to come out.
Hollenbeck, their backup, is a senior. He's played quite a bit of quarterback in relief of Deuce Wise last year. So he will get the call, and he is a less maybe a better passer, but he is not the athlete, not the runner that Norwood is. So I didn't see who fell on top of Norwood, but he got off the field on his own. So now Holland back in at quarterback with Fields alongside, Thorne in motion. They faked it one way. They pitch it outside. They had every option covered. Making the tackle was Tamarian Wilson of Fields back at the 10-yard line. And really, Hollenbeck had to get rid of that ball under duress. They had the dive play stopped. They had him stopped, and he got it out to Fields, and he had Fields stopped.
Every avenue that Northside had was covered in some form or another.
And it lost 7 yards, so it's 3rd and 14. So Hollenbeck remains the quarterback. Wide out split to either side. Tight end on the far side. Back for his first throw. Looks to the outside. Puts a little air under it. Gets the man, and it's dropped.
It. Wow.
He had turned back against LaQuave Brumfield and had some room to catch it, but Preston Ball was unable to hang on to it. He almost could have made a fair catch on that ball. It had enough life under it. But as it is, it's a 4th down, and Northside will once again be kicking it to the Hornets, who will have a chance to make this a mercy rule game if they can score again here with this possession. Do we have it? I guess here we go. Thorne is back to punt. He's in his own end zone. Line of scrimmage is the 10. Metters is sitting at the north side 35. Snap is good. Kicks away. Hornets had good pressure.
He's going to take it.
He kicks it at the 49, back to the 45, the 40, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line. Good coverage there by Scholar Ming Bufa. And Bryant has it just 40 yards away from their 5th touchdown of the night.
Almost 5.5 minutes on the clock left to go, so there's plenty of time for us to put points on the board. And if we do that, with the way the defense is playing, you'd assume that we can hold them off again while Northside is still looking for their first down of the night.
And, of course, the mercy rule doesn't take effect until halftime. Anybody down 35 points after halftime, and the clock rolls. Hand off this time to Adams. He skirts right side. He's got room to run down the sideline. He's at the 30 and driven down short of the 20-yard line at the 21. Again, a jab step to the left, and then he takes it around the right side as they're taking advantage of Northside's pursuit.
Yeah, just that first initial movement is shifting everybody that way, and then he just cuts back. Big pickup for Ahmad.
19 yards on the play. Ledbetter again, this time he fakes it and he throws in the end zone.
Got it.
Schrader.
Oh, man, he brought that in.
He did.
He brought that in.
Catch by Hayden Schrader, who used all of his 6'1" frame to go up over the defender, and Bryant has increased the lead. The touchdown pass from Ledbetter, and I think that is touchdown passes to 5 different receivers. I have to go back and check that. Still 5:12 left in the first half, and the extra point is good by Brock Funk, and it's 35-0. See this tremendous catch by Schrader, who got behind the defender, and then the ball was laid up, and he just went up and got it and held on. Tremendous play. And Bryant leads at 35-0.
I think that might be the fifth different receiver. Nope, 6th.
6th. Well, no, it's 5 for touchdowns. 5 different guys for touchdowns.
No, that's 6.
Well, that's just 5 touchdowns.
No, I'm saying. Oh, I think you meant over total.
This tonight.
Oh, tonight. Okay, yeah. I think you meant. Yeah, so we've had 6 different receivers this year.
Oh yeah,
bringing touchdowns.
No doubt. But tonight it was. Let's go back and see. Here.
So it'll be 4th. We had because the one was a run.
That's the 2nd by Schrader. That's the 2nd touchdown catch by Schrader. So 4 different receivers. Yeah. And as Brock Funk has it teed up to kick it off once again. Back deep in the middle is Caleb Fisher. He's returned the last 2. And he'll get it this one at the 1-yard line. Back to the 15, trying to get outside, driven out of bounds, short of the 20 by Derek Rose. They'll call it the 19. So Northside still trying to find something to go. We'll see if Norwood is well enough to come back out and and play. And he is returning to the field after he was shaken up the last series. Looks like he's walking a little gingerly.
He got rung.
Massey is the setback, trips to the left. Tight end near side. Norwood gives the handoff to Massey. He's hog-tied and driven down, and the ball is lost, but they say he was down. As big play there by Rodrigo Martin, who burst through, tackled Massey for a loss.
It's the 5th tackle for loss tonight for the Hornets.
Ball will be marked at the 11, so a loss of 8. 2nd and 18 at the 11.
This defense just loves sniffing out where the ball is and going right to it and creating chaos, whether it's in the backfield or wherever. You need to get somebody over here on the side.
They play downhill. Norwood gives his time to Massey, and he is hit and dropped in his tracks at the 11-yard line.
Hart
coming
Penfield.
up to make that play was Hart Penfield.
Man, just a great tackle right there by Penfield, just squaring him right up, right at the point of contact, driving him, holding on to it, and then having help come over the top to bring him down for just a 1-yard gain.
3rd and 15 at the 11, and Northside doesn't want to give it back to Bryant, who already leads 35-0. If they have to punt from here, it'll be good field position once again for the Hornets. Looking for their initial first down of the game. Northside trailing 35-0. Dre Norwood in the shotgun. Will run to his left, gets a block from Fields, and is driven out of bounds. He was kind of ginger on that run.
Yeah, he was. He wasn't moving as quickly as he has the first part of the game, and he was easily able to be ran down by our linebacker. Who was it? That was Sahika, able to bring him down.
Pick up on the play of just 4. So it's a 4th down and 11 at the 15, and back to punt once again is J.T. Thorne at the goal line. Metter stands at the 50 to receive this kick, and Norwood's just now getting off the field. Good snap. Hornets go after it and nearly got it. Good kick. Metter's at the 44, back across the 50, and he's going to be driven down there. So J.T. Thorne's punting has been about the highlight for Northside. Of course, the defense had played well against the Bryant running game, but the Hornets made an adjustment there and worked against their pursuit and has moved the ball on the ground pretty well lately. And they have a chance to increase a 35-0 lead with 3:27 left to play in the first half.
We've got Foot in the backfield now.
Xavier Foot alongside Austin Ledbetter. Double wideouts to the left side. They give to Xavier over the right side, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and maybe got ahead for a yard.
They're going to give him.
Again, they didn't have that jab step on that play. It was pretty much straightforward. And Northside did a good job of.
And they're going to put it right back to the line.
No gain, 2nd down from midfield.
Split out wide to the left. Miles Aldridge and Joseph Young. Tight end Schrader, and it's like Metter split out wide to the right. Ledbetter back to throw, looking left side, got a man and overthrew who had coverage in front of him and behind him, but the ball just a little bit too far as Ledbetter tried to drop it in there between them. And it's a 3rd and 9 at the 49. Bryant leading at 35-0 here. 2:48 left to play first half. Austin Ledbetter has thrown 5 touchdown passes tonight. Or maybe 4. He ran for
4, yep.
Trips to the left, empty backfield. Ledbetter to throw. 3-man rush down the middle and incomplete as he had Schrader in the crease. But pass was a little bit beyond him, and the Hornets will be in a punting situation. 4th and 9 at the 49 or at midfield. And Ledbetter, being the punter, is lined up to, now they're going to bring the actual punt unit on. Cameron Scarlett, Hart Penfield, and now we're going to have a timeout taken by Bryant to get this squared away, make sure everybody's in the right place. 2:45 left to play in the half. Bryant stopped after taking a 35-0 lead here be the second punt by Ledbetter, who punted at the end of the first series, in which the Hornets were not able to get a first down. And since then, they have been roaring.
Yeah, the changings that this coaching staff does. I mean, it just shows you right here. First drive was stale and stalled, and after that, everything was hitting, especially in the air. The ground game is just now starting to pick up with that first initial jab and then running back to the other side. But the air attack that we're doing, it is really opened it up. The big plays, like you said before, that Northside that gave up last week is showing again. It all started with a big 68-yard pickup where Young was tackled but rolled over the defender and still kept running.
Monte Parks is back deep for Northside as Ledbetter gets set to punt it away. Good snap. Kick is away. It's a low liner.
Good
bounce.
Hits
and takes a Bryant roll inside the 15 and out of bounds at the 14. So Northside will have it with 2:38 left to play in the half, trailing 35-0, staring squarely in the face of a potential mercy rule game at halftime. The Hornets have mercy ruled their first 3 opponents and are in position to do it in their 4th one.
I don't know if we've ever done that.
I can't remember it.
Yeah, as long as I've been doing this and played, I know that it's never been done. And
Trell Wallace back in the lineup for Bryant. Here's a handoff to Fields, and he is driven
Just
down at the line of
tackled.
scrimmage. David Shiflett on the bottom, or Jason Shiflett. I'll get him right here in a minute. The guy that's been around for a year is David, and he made that tackle along with a lot of help from his friends.
Yes.
No gain on the play for Fields.
he also had Dalen Land coming up over to help on that one. Clock keeps running, 2:15, and
Hollenbeck is in at quarterback for Northside as Young, shaken up earlier, a couple of series ago. Tried to come back in the last series. Hollenbeck with Fields alongside, wideouts to either side. Hands off to Fields, trying to get it around the left side, and he's going to be tackled after a pickup of maybe a yard or 2.
And
Bailey, Land,
Wilson.
Rodrigo Martin. I don't know why I want to call him Malachi.
We're just getting
Rodrigo.
Yeah, we're just giving our own names up here.
So 3rd down and 8. I'll tell you in a moment why I'm calling him Malachi. Looks like I've got time. There's a kid on the freshman team last night, Malachi Graham, who had a tremendous game both offensively and defensively. Intercepted a pass, ran for 2 touchdowns.
A little floater.
And it's almost intercepted. J.T. Thorne did a great job of keeping Derek Rose from picking that off.
Yeah, Rose became the receiver on that one.
Again, a lofting play where they tried to get the guy to run under it. But when you got athletes like Bryant does in the secondary, it's no go.
So we're going to be getting the ball back with a couple ticks over a minute. Northside will be getting the ball back starting the 3rd. But it looks like we're going to have a running clock.
Thorne back at the 1-yard line to punt it away. Gets the good snap. Gets the kick away.
That's the worst punt tonight.
Who was it that almost got to that? Was it Martin?
It was 45, Bailey.
Okay. Ball is down at the 45. That's where Bryant will have it to start this final drive of the half, I would assume, with 1:01 left to play in the half. They are 55 yards away from making it 42-0. They lead at 35-0 now. And on comes the offense with Ledbetter and Preston Garrett in the backfield. Double wideouts either side. In the shotgun. Ledbetter to throw. Looking downfield, down the middle. He's got Heron open, but overthrows him there.
Had he had got that,
that was touchdown.
Yeah, that was in the whole way. Just led him a little
I
bit
don't
too
know
much.
if Austin is a little over anxious but that's 2 or 3 throws in a row. He's just kind of misfired.
Especially on such wide open players.
So it's Heron split out wide to the right along with Aldridge, Schrader, and Finley to the right. Ledbetter to throw down the middle. It's the same play the other way and tripped up at the last minute. as making the catch was Trayvon Heron down, and he tripped up at the 22. 33 yards on that reception. The clock stops with 49 seconds left to play in the half, and the Hornets trying to add to their 35-0 lead. Ledbetter hands it to Garrett, and he is stopped, piled up as he gets to the 17-yard line. Clock continues to roll with 34 seconds left to play. 5-yard pickup. We may see a field goal here. It's 2nd and 5 at the 17.
That's one thing that Funk hasn't done a lot of this year is
He had a
field goals.
43-yarder earlier in the season. Ledbetter going to give it another throw. Rolls out to his right, looking, coming back for it is Heron, and he's got it. He's out of bounds inside the 5. Stops the clock with 11 seconds left at the 2-yard line.
I'm going to be a little homer right here, but that was a little Mahomes-esque, running and then kind of just throwing across your body.
In case you don't realize, Aaron is originally from Kansas City.
Uh-huh.
A nice play, 15 yards, and it's 1st and goal at the 2. Hornets have timeouts, so they can run a play here. You got Garrett in the backfield, double wing formation. Give it to Garrett on the left side, and he's in for the touchdown. With 8 seconds left in the half, Bryant makes it 42-0. With a 2-yard run from Preston Garrett, his first varsity touchdown for the Hornets. And now Brock Funk will attempt the extra point. It's actually 41-0. Brock Funk's so good, I'm assuming he's going to make this
Yeah.
play. This is an extra point out of the hold of Jake Mathers. Hayden Schrader is the snapper. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And the Hornets lead at 42-0 with 8 seconds left to play in the first half. Mercy. Mercy indeed.
Mercy
42
indeed.
and we will have the clock rolling for the second half, and those boys, these boys that came all the way from Bryant, 2.5-hour drive, will get home a little earlier than we thought.
Mom coming home.
And it's just, it's a kind of a phenomenal thing. I thought, they might have a little tougher time tonight.
Yeah. And the first drive, it did.
It looked like it.
It did. It looked like it was going to shape up to a very long, grueling game. And then
Something changed.
Yeah, the bear was poked, but on the other side of the mascot.
Yes, indeed. The pair was doing the poking. You don't poke the hornet's nest, even if you're a bear. So the Hornets will have the kickoff here. We probably won't have another play. This kickoff will end the half. Bryant leading at 42-0. Funk rolls it up, and it is covered by it's covered by Bryant, I believe. The ball is under. Now, they didn't kick that onside in order to get the ball back. They kicked it onside just to keep from having a return.
Yeah.
But I think that Tavian Jones is the one that recovered it there. As it bounced off, it's Tavian Jones who covered it at the 36-yard line. It was not just covered. It was bounced off of Northside player.
Well, they said an onside kick, and it wasn't an onside kick, so going to take a kneel down right here, more than likely.
And he does. And that's going to be the end of the half. Bryant with a 42-0 lead at halftime here at Mayo Thompson Stadium in Fort Smith. And that cost him a few yards on the rushing, didn't it? Where did he take a knee?
It was about 7 yards.
Halftime. Bryant leads at 42-0. This broadcast is brought to you by mmproductions.net.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
We're at halftime here with Bryant leading 42-0 over the Northside Grizzlies. And now the Grizzly band is taking the field. So we'll let you listen to their band.
Our band playing teammates match with the original high school band of Fort Smith, Arkansas, and we hope to entertain you this evening with our villain show. Music from Star Wars, Trinity Forces and 21 Pilots. Highlighting our first villain this evening, here's an awesome mashup from Star Wars series, Sith Lord's music, and 21 Pilots, Even.
My wife can't get it. Once again, we're at halftime. Bryant leads at 42-0 over Fort Smith Northside. And Aaron is trying to get the stats ready for us, and we'll bring those to you momentarily. And we'll give you some taste of the Northside band when we get an opportunity. Rob Patrick, Aaron Shuttleworth, Dakota Baxter, and Kendrick Ollison with you here at Northside. A broadcast brought to you by Middleton Heat and Air and Farmers Bank and Trust. And I assume they will still be able to get a DVD copy of this game? Dakota? So you still can get a DVD copy of the game. Although I'm not sure who I'm talking to. If there's anybody been able to reach us or to get us online, apparently we're having trouble with YouTube. So if you're listening to us, way to go. You've been industrious in finding us. So here's the Northside band. So a scoring summary for Bryant. As we mentioned, the Hornets opened up the ball game and struggled to get it. They were not able to pick up a first down. An illegal shift penalty didn't help. But they turned the ball over on downs at their own 36-yard line. But Northside picked up their only first down on a pass play on the first play of the game. I'd forgotten about that. Then they went backwards, and Bryant took over at their own 30, and a 68-yard pass from Austin Ledbetter to Joseph Young got him to the 2-yard line, and the Hornets got it in from there on a 1-yard pass from Ledbetter to Schrader. Brock Funk added the extra point. The Hornets forced another punt and punted it back. They exchanged punts there in the first quarter. As Northside again couldn't get another first down. They've had one for the game, that first play. Bryant then got it at their own 15 after a J.T. Thorne punt. And a 34-yard pass from Ledbetter to Jake Metters set up a 40-yard touchdown pass from Ledbetter to Joseph Young. And it was 14-0.
I can do this.
Then Bryant forced another punt and drove this time 56 yards for another score. The big play was a 27-yard run by Preston Garrett, and it set up the 30-yard touchdown pass from Ledbetter to Metters. A punt on the north side again set up another Bryant touchdown. This time the touchdown came on a 29-yard run by Austin Ledbetter, who appeared to be stopped up on the left side of the line and broke it out to the right and scored. Another punt, another touchdown. Bryant went 40 yards in 2 plays, 19-yard run by Ahmad Adams, and then a 21-yard pass and a beautiful catch by Hayden Schrader. That made it 35-0. The Hornets forced another punt. Actually, they exchanged punts and then scored in the last few seconds of the half on a 2-yard run by Garrett. And it was 42-0, and that's our score here at halftime. Here's Aaron Shuttleworth with our halftime stats.
Yeah, it took me a little bit longer because so many people on the offense touched the ball. The wealth was shared around tonight so far. In the air, Ledbetter, 14 of 23, 287 yards and 4 touchdowns. Receiving those, Trayvon Heron, 3 receptions, 59 yards. Jake Metters, 3 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. Hayden Schrader, 2 receptions, 22 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ahmad Adams, 2 for 2 yards. Drake Finley, 1 reception for 8 yards. And Joseph Young, 3 receptions, 55 yards, 1 touchdown. On the rushing side, it's been a little bit more on the lax side. You got Austin Ledbetter, 3 carries for 16 yards. 29 of it, though, was on the ground for a touchdown. The other 2 was for the kneel down, and then he scrambled for 1 time and got a big sack. Then Ahmad Adams, 8 carries, 41 yards. Xavier Foote, 1 carry, 0 yards. And Preston Garrett, 5 carries, 36 yards, and 1 touchdown. 4 first downs on the ground, 11 in the air. 3 penalties tonight so far for 19 yards, and they're also 4 of 7 on 3rd downs and 0 of 1 on 4th. On the defensive side, not a whole lot of stuff because honestly they've been, other than the first drive where they did get that first down, they've been 3 and out from here on out. Austin Bailey, 1 solo. Rodrigo Martin, 1 tackle for loss. David Shiflett, 1 solo with 1 assist. Cameron Scarlett, 2 solo. Dalen Land, 1 assist. Cottrell Wallace, 2 solo. Derek Rose, 2 tackle for loss. Tamarin Wilson, 1 assist and 2 tackle for loss. Austin Schrader, 1 solo. Tristan Sahika, 1 solo. Hart Penfield, a solo and assist. Kennedy Miller, 1 assist. And Colby Melton, 1 solo. So not a lot in the not a lot on the defensive side, but enough to get them 3 and out other than that first drive.
Aaron, we talked about before the game that the Hornets had not had a game where their starters played much after halftime, and it looks like it's going to be that again here in the 4th week of the season. We're back home next week, play Little Rock Catholic for their first home game in a while.
And I even said, you know, what team do we have? Are we one that is just really, really good? Or are we just playing competition that's not up to our level? But, you know, I'm starting to think it's a little bit of both. I just think we are just that really good. We're number 1 for a reason, but we're also, you know, we're playing teams that looked like this was going to be a very big defensive game, and we've just, you know, we'll put a stop to that very quickly.
The Hornets leading it 42-0 here at halftime. And Rob Patrick, Aaron Shuttleworth with you. Elsewhere in the conference, everybody's starting conference play. We'll get some scores for you in just a moment. Cabot's going to be Cabot's at Catholic. Southside's at Conway.
So Cabot Catholic, it's 13. Cabot Catholic 14. That's at half. What's another one?
Southside's at Conway.
Southside 0, Conway 7. That's in the second.
North Little Rock's at Little Rock Central.
North Little Rock 28, Central 7. That's in the second.
Central had a really good start to the season, and they thought they might be able to challenge North Little Rock in that game, but apparently not. In the West, besides this ball game, Bentonville is at Springdale Harbor. That's an interesting contest.
Right now it's 17-14 in favor of Bentonville, and that's at half.
We have Fayetteville playing Bentonville West.
Bentonville West 21, Fayetteville 7. That's at half.
And what else we have? We have Rogers at Van Buren.
Van Buren 21, Rogers 0. That's in the second.
Springdale's at Rogers Heritage. Heritage was leading that earlier. Kind of a surprise there.
Yeah. I don't see it. I don't have a score for that one.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, I do. 14 Springdale, Heritage 14. That's in the second.
Huh. Okay, well, that's what we've got. They look for Benton's game against Greenwood. How are they doing?
I have Greenwood playing Hall.
Oh, okay. Benton's playing fair. That's what Dakota was trying to tell me there, I think, that Benton is playing fair. And that should actually be Benton, a cakewalk for Benton.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a score on that one yet.
Okay. So we're at halftime here, and our score is 42-0 for the fourth week in a row. The mercy rule will be in effect in the second half, as the Hornets have put it on the Fort Smith Northside Grizzlies. We'll take a break right here and come back with more halftime. Get you ready for the second half. In just a moment, again, it's 42-0 Bryant leading the Northside. This is Hornets football, produced by mmproductions.net.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
I know. It has a mind of its own.
We're at halftime. Bryant leads at 42-0 over the Fort Smith Northside Grizzlies. And as Aaron was saying, we're still not sure how good Bryant is or how bad their competition is. The Hornets are sitting in the north end zone because the press box here, I mean, not the press box, but the dressing room here at Northside is an old rock building with no air conditioning and no windows.
It's just an oven.
It is an oven, and they're not going back in there. They went in there to dress, and they sat outside of it prior to the game, and now they're sitting in the north end zone going over things with their position coaches, it looks like, at this point. They probably have gotten through that. The coaches are talking to themselves, and the players are just kind of resting.
Well,
looks like they've got one. Looks like Quad Sanders, the defensive coordinator who coaches the secondary, still has his guys together, but everybody else is kind of just relaxing and waiting for the second half to begin, it will start with the mercy rule in effect. And those of you who have gotten back to us on YouTube, we appreciate you continuing to look for us. We had some technical difficulties that prevented the first half from being broadcast live on YouTube, but you can get a DVD of tonight's game. You go to mmproductions.net, and it will have the entire game for you, so you can go back and watch it from the start, get our call on it, and it certainly was a first half full of highlights for the Bryant Hornets.
And if you want a quick little update from me on how it goes, it was a bend but don't break, and then defense, offense.
That's pretty much it, yeah. Hornets have moved the ball very well. They've made some adjustments, and we'll have to find out from the coaches after the game what exactly they changed. But something in the offensive line by Shane Clancy, offensive coordinator, Kirk Bach, and backfield coach Adam Pendergast, they worked it out so that they initially took a jab step to get the Grizzlies defenders out of position, perhaps give the offensive lineman a little better angle, a little better position to make the block, and then took it back the other way, and it really opened up the ground game.
It's created the offensive line to win that battle on the line, because the first drive it was definitely a stalemate. They weren't winning that initial drive.
And again, our hats off to the protection for Austin Ledbetter. He was knocked down a couple of times early in this game.
Yeah.
But since then, despite blitzes from Northside, They were bringing 7, 8 guys at times and running what was early in the game a pretty effective man-to-man secondary. But once they picked up that blitz, the Hornets had some patterns that they switched to, I guess. And hats off to Julian Jones, the receivers coach, and of course Coach Bach again for being the offensive coordinator and making the calls. He's up here in the press box, and they saw what they needed to do, and they did it, and they scored 42 unanswered points and lead by 42 here at the half. Just a stunner for the Northside home fans.
Yeah, I want to see what the adjustments that Northside does, because are they going to stick with the man-to-man coverage, or are they going to switch to a zone? Because the man-to-man, not only have we been faster off the line getting the routes, but then once we get the ball, there's nobody, if he doesn't have any help. I mean, it's
That's
just
right.
it's just a track race, or we're our own worst enemy. We stumble on the grass and we're falling down. So are they going to switch to the zone to get a little bit more help over the top in the back secondary? Because as you can see, the air game is just where we've been doing all the damage tonight. Almost 300 yards in the air in the first half alone. I figure we'll probably see the starters for one initial drive, and then we'll see the secondary, and we'll see Jake Metters back there in quarterback. So another game, like we said, we're not playing the starters by the end of this game, the starters would have played 2 games, and we're at game 4.
Yeah. And another factor in all of this is down 42-0. Northside has lost their starting quarterback apparently. Dre Norwood, Trey's brother, was tackled on a quarterback keeper. He went down with his head first, and then somebody fell on top of his head and tried to come back for another possession later, but he was not moving near as well. And so he got his bell rung, and now the Hornets are going to warm up with 3 minutes left to play in the halftime position here.
And like you're saying, we're seeing Catholic next week, who always plays us very hard, and the north side is playing Central, and Central is trying to revamp what Central used to be 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's what you kind of see the season has a good outlook for that team. So we're just going to,
Central came into tonight's games 3-0, but they ran into North Little Rock and were down by 21 at the half.
Yeah.
Catholic, however, was playing Cabot very well, and Cabot's been off to a pretty good start. So
and a totally new offense at Cabot.
Oh yes, they're not running the wing T anymore. They're running pretty much the spread like everybody else. Yep. Going to some power I, some wing back running, but they're passing the ball a lot more under their new coach Reed. Came up from El Dorado. Coached against the Hornets back in the day when the Hornets were in a mixed league that included El Dorado. We're going to take another time out here and come back with the second half in a moment. They've stopped the clock here at half, moved it back to 3 minutes. So since Northside is just now coming in on the field and can get, they'll have that time to warm up. Bryant leads at 42-0. And the Hornet football stream is brought to you by mmproductions.net.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
We're at halftime here, just the closing moments of the half as the two teams are on the field getting warmed up. Bryant has a 42-0 lead over the Fort Smith Northside Grizzlies. The Grizzlies started this game like they were going to really challenge the Hornets. Bryant has probably punted in this game more than they have, but they've also had some big plays And we probably won't see the starters much here in the second half, as the Hornets will have the mercy rule in effect for the 4th week in a row, looking to improve to 4-0 on the season.
So the only score that changed, North Little Rock is 28, but Central's came a little closer. It's 21
Oh, they're
at half.
making a comeback, so that's a ball game. Also, North Little Rock has its hands full after all, huh?
Yeah, yeah. And then Springdale went up even further against Heritage. It is now 49-14.
What's the Bentonville West and Fayetteville game doing now?
Bentonville West is 21, Fayetteville 7.
Huh.
So
the two teams that Bryant has beaten the second and third weeks out are playing each other, and it looks like Bentonville West is winning. You know, I got an indication from one of the Bryant coaches that they thought that might happen.
and then Conway 7, Southside 0. So
that's closer than I thought it would be. Of course, Conway's defense is really good this year. Their offense still trying to find its way. They beat Jonesboro 14-7 and played very well defensively. They have not really broken out on offense. That was last week. They won 14-7 over Jonesboro. Or no, that was 2 weeks ago. Conway had last week off. So with the new 0 week, the Hornets, some teams take the second week off. They play in week 0. Some of them wait and take their break before conference play, like Northside did last week. They didn't play last week they had 2 weeks to get ready for the Hornets. They had no idea, apparently, what they were in for because they are trailing 42-0. They will get the football to start the second half.
So there's going to be another Mercy Rule game. Just a little bit next to us is Rogers playing at Van Buren. Van Buren's 42, and Rogers is at 7. That's at half. So
well, we saw the Rogers bus come down through here.
Yep.
And we longed for the Van Buren food spread. We just had to, every time you think about Van Buren, that's what we think of.
The world-class press box at Van Buren and food.
Brock Funk's kickoff to start the second half comes down at the 1-yard line to Fisher. He's back across the 15, the 20, and then he's wrapped up and falls forward to the 25 in a scrum there.
Still up.
And that's the way you get people hurt, if you keep letting them do that. The initial hit was made by Hart Pentfield, along with Kobe Melton was in on it as well. Two of the young Bryant linebackers have both gotten some time on the field defensively and have played well.
So we've got, looks like 99. Is that 99? Taylor Martin out there?
Taylor Martin's in there.
Try to see if we got anybody else new.
Kennedy Miller is there. We've got Jameel Harris. So some reserves in the ball game.
Is that Adam Scott, 97?
Yep. Andy Scott.
Andy Scott.
Hand off to Fields, trying to get around the right side. Breaks it against the grain, and Tristan Sahika brings him down at the 32, and that's one of the longest runs of the night for Northside. He gets 5 yards to the 31. 2nd and 5 at the 31, and the Hornets working in some reserves in there. Got Pentfield at middle linebacker, Sahika at the right linebacker spot.
Christian Kane over there on the defensive backside.
Yep. Hand off again to Fields, trying to get outside to the left.
Good
He's
coverage.
Gonna be hit.
Good pursuit.
Missed the first tackle, but then bring him down coming up from the secondary was Caleb Knox and his twin brother Kyle. Kyle and Caleb combining on a stop there. Pickup of a yard to the 31, and it's a 3rd down and 4 at the 32-yard line. The quarterback once again is Hollenbeck, who is a senior backup to Norwood. Hollenbeck back to throws to the outside of the left, got a man, it's complete to Clayton, breaks the tackle, and then brought down at the 49-yard line as they pick up their first down since the first series of the game. Tackle made by Christian Kane. Pick up on the play of 15 yards. No, that'd be 17 yards. 1st and 10 at the 49 of Northside. 42-0 our score. Bryant leading early here in the 3rd quarter. Thorne in motion. They give it to him on a jet sweep, trying to bring it around the left side. He's hit and brought down. Nice tackle by, that was Caleb Knox coming up to bring down Thorne after a pickup of no gain. Hornets again strung that out well. 2nd and 10 at the 49.
Fight off this deadly cricket that keeps attacking me.
I left him alone. He left me alone. We stared at each other, but then he moved on.
Yeah, to me.
It got to you. Hollenbeck, the quarterback, hands it off to Massey going right. Massey is surrounded and does well just to get to the line of scrimmage. It's Penfield. And looks like Godwin was there along with Melton.
Is that 98? Jim Lee Harris?
38.
38.
Andy Scott in there.
Just a whole host of new names.
No gain on the play, and it's 3rd and 10 at the 49. Hollenbeck, the quarterback. He has Fields alongside him. Looks like he's going to throw it out to the left side. Had a man wide open. It was left uncovered, and it is Fisher, and he's down inside the 25.
Kyle Knox able to bring him down.
Kyle not feeling too good, though, as he lost track of Fisher, who came off the sideline. Ball's down at the 23, a pickup on the play of 28 yards. And a second first down of the half for Northside, trying to get on the board, trailing 42-0. Ball's at the 23.
You know, defense, even though it's secondary defense, they want to keep the shutout intact.
Fields rolls out of a tackle by Scott, and then Tristan Sahika hangs on and makes the tackle. As Fields was running hard, he got a yard out of it. 2nd and 9 at the 22. .7:30 left third quarter. It'll be Thorne and Fisher split out wide to the right. Wingback near side is Colt Ferguson. Hollenbeck has Massey in the backfield with him. Hands it off over the left side. He's got some room. Gets inside the 20. And then he's brought down by
Damian Constantino.
Knox and Constantino. They're there at the 17.
So Constantino, or is that Williams?
It was Constantino.
So they both have 26.
Yeah.
Dalen Williams, okay.
That's Damian. Ball is at the 17. And Northside in the red zone for the first time tonight against Bryant's second defense, which is talented. It's got guys that play with the first team. Hollenbeck fakes to Massey, rolls out to his right, has 4 Hornets out after him, and then he throws it into the end zone. It's almost intercepted. Threw it kind of into no man's land there, and it looked like, is that Christian Kane or one of the Hornets had a chance to make the interception there.
I'm trying
in the
to
end
see
zone.
what number that is.
He's got his
it's 19.
His jersey rolled up. That was Mitavian Singleton. So it brings up a 4th down, and now Northside is going to go for a field goal. Try to break the goose egg.
Yeah, 35-yarder right here off the left hash. No wind. And then timeout, Northside.
Slade Stanton is the field goal kicker.
And somebody
they
late.
were short a man, so they had to take a timeout to preserve the yardage. And the Hornets, Northside trying to get on the board with 6:05 left to play in the third quarter, and Bryant leading at 42-0. They got all that in the first half. They have yet to have the ball here in the second half. It'll be interesting to see if Ledbetter and the first teamers get some playing time, or we'll see some second teamers in there. Jake Metters is the backup quarterback. Of course, they've got some good running backs in reserve, including Xavier Foote. And of course,
and Preston Garrett's been showing out tonight.
And Preston has played well, getting his first action. Hornet defense back on the field, and we're ready for this field goal attempt. It's from 35 yards out. The holder is Hollenbeck. It's from the left hash. Bryant playing for the fake. Juggled the snap, and he didn't get it on the tee, and it's no good. Hollenbeck didn't make a clean hold on that one. The snap was a little high, but he juggled it, and it was short. So,
So
Bryant will take over at the 20-yard line.
Yep, right at the 20. So I'm going to keep the goose egg intact for right now, at least. Let's see what offense comes out to begin with. Looks like we do have. Yep, looks like we got the secondary in. Got Jake Metters back there at quarterback.
Metters at quarterback. And alongside him there is Preston Garrett. He gets the handoff on the left side and does
Still fighting.
He does well
Man.
to get what he got. He got 4 yards. The Hornets' second offensive line is in there.
And he earned every bit of those 4 yards because he was hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Northside, of course, still going with their first team defense. We'll get some of these the names of some of the Bryant offensive linemen in there. Caleb Waddle's in there at left tackle. Handoff over to Foot this time, and he's got room to run. He's in the secondary out to across the 35 and tackled at the 38-yard line.
Just lowering his head.
A good blocking over there by those guys, including Waddle.
Get 13 yards off that.
First and 10 at the 38. Metters at quarterback. Hands it again to Foot over the left side. Breaks it outside. 40, 45, 50-yard line. Xavier Foot, the sophomore, is out and across the midfield to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 13.
So double 13s back-to-back for Foot.
Clock moving at 4:30 left in the half, or the third quarter, that is. And Bryant back in Northside territory.
So you got a receiver out here. Who we got? We got Gage Stark out here wide right.
Miles Aldridge is still in the game. Low snap this time, and Garrett does a good job to avoid one tackle. Another tackle, gets to the corner, and now
back.
we got a blocking foul, but Garrett's still on his feet all the way down close to the 40-yard line.
I'm liking the way that Garrett is running. I mean, it was all for naught because there was a block in the back right over here to seal it off. That's how he broke free. But even when he had 4 or 5 Grizzlies around him, he was still fighting, trying to push off and everything. So good heart by Garrett over there.
A hold is what they're saying it was.
Block in the back.
Oh, it is a block in the back.
Yep.
That is a very similar hand signal. So it actually ends up being a 9-yard penalty. It'll be first and 19 back at the 40 for the Hornets. Parker Ellswick in there at right guard. Low snap. Metters under some pressure, looking to throw for the first time. Throws it to the outside, and it's incomplete as he tried to get it to Curtis. Clay Curtis in the ball game. Second and 19 at the 40. Foot's back in the backfield again for the Hornets. River Gregory's in at one wide receiver. The center is Jack Powell. And these guys have done a bang-up job going undefeated in junior varsity action. We've got Reese Dawson in there at right tackle. Fake handoff, throw down the middle. It's Aldridge, and he's got the yardage out across midfield back to the original line of scrimmage at the 49 of Northside. So pickup of 11 on that play. And it'll be 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10.
So that puts us almost at 300 yards for the night.
Metters again throwing outside and overthrows Gage Stark as intended receiver. And it'll be 4th down. See if the Hornets hang on to it here. And here comes the punt unit. And that means Austin Ledbetter to kick it. His first appearance of the second half here after a huge first half. No, are they going to do something different?
Yeah,
Looks
they
like
got somebody else back there.
looks like Cameron Scarlett's going to try and punt it for the first time.
Let's see what he can do.
Good snap. Cam gets the kick away. It's a good kick.
Good kick, yeah, very good.
20 hits and takes a Bryant roll and
Right
rolls
up at
out of
the
bounds
10.
around the 10-yard line.
Hey, way to go, Scarlett.
Coffin corner kick for Cameron Scarlett. And the Hornets defense will come to the field. We'll see some more reserves First and 10 at the 10. Clock rolling with 1:29 left to play in the third quarter. Only stops on timeouts and changes of possession. North Little Rock will bring its offense back on the field. Bryant will continue with the second team defense, it looks like. Damian Constantino, Christian Kane in the backfield along with the Knox twins. Caleb and Kyle. Hart Penfield at middle linebacker. Hand off to Fields, trying to get outside to the right. Gets some yardage out across the first down marker and gets to the 21-yard line. Still running hard. It's, the sophomore running back Seth Fields. First and 10 for Northside at its 21-yard line. This may be the last play of the third quarter. We're on a mercy rule for the fourth week in a row for the Bryant Hornets. 42-0.
I'm a fan of that.
And off to Fields again, running hard over the left side, and is hit and brought down by Tanner Martin. He got help from Andy Scott and Kobe Milton. Ball is marked at the 27, so a 6-yard gain for Fields on that play, and it's second down and 4. And may get one more play in before the end of the quarter. 10 seconds left. They're looking to the sideline. Look like they're going to let the quarter run out.
Yep.
They're having some personnel problems. Got a late receiver on the field, and it's the end of the quarter. So we go to the fourth quarter with Bryant still holding the halftime lead they had at 42-0 over the Northside Grizzlies in the 7A Central Conference opener for both teams. This is Hornet Football, brought to you by mmproductions.net.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
A.O. Thompson Stadium, where Bryant leads at 42-0 over Northside. Here's a pass outside by Hollenbeck. He gets it to Fisher, and Fisher's driven down by Christian Kane, short of the first down. And it looks like it's going to be third and short, though. So Kane did a good job of tackling immediately. Call it the 30, a pickup of just 3 on the play, and it'll be third down and 1 there for the Northside Grizzlies, trailing 42-0 to Bryant. And we're early in the fourth quarter.
You got Albert Redrick back there. I see him. He's a new one.
Looks like Gavin Burton's in there at a linebacker spot.
Connor Coleman next to him.
Hand off to the running back Massey, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Tremendous tackle there by another of those reserves. That's Braden Robinson making that tackle. For Northside has had difficulty getting the ball moving as they lose a yard on that play, and that was actually generous. They didn't really go right at the middle to get that first down on a 3rd and 1. They lost a yard and trying to go wide, and now they'll punt it back to Bryant. And we'll see who's back to receive the punt from J.T. Thorne.
So it's probably going to be Metters.
Yes, it's still Jake Metters, a sure-handed senior. Ball is short, however, and he'll let it roll, and it takes a Northside roll
we got
inside.
A flag down here on the 34.
The ball will be at the Bryant 34, but the flag is at the Northside 34. We'll see what this call is. So they discuss it. Hornets roll to really struggled early in this ball game, but once they
once
made
that minute was over,
yeah, that didn't last very long. 42 points in the first half. And we'll see. Illegal substitution, I believe.
Yep.
And they're going to decline that. And Bryant will take the ball. 10:30 left to play in the game. They have a 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. And look ahead to Little Rock Catholic. The Rockets were playing Cabot tonight and giving them a good game.
Yeah, no score update. It's still 28-21 at half for North Little Rock.
How about Cabot and Catholic? How are they doing?
That's the same, 14-13.
14-13?
Yep.
So the new Cabot Panthers, they do make a mark off for 5 yards on that play. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 39 for Bryant.
So the only thing that's in the third quarter I get updates for right now is Bentonville 24 and Springdale Harbor is 14.
Jake Metters hands it off to Taven Jones, who's out across the 40 to the 45. His first carry of the night. Pickup, it's Taven Jones, by the way. He picks up 6, 2nd and 4 at the 40. Metters gives to Jones again. Again, that action towards the left. They run it back to the right. And they get a yard shy of the first down at the 48-yard line. Reserves in the ball game for Bryant across the board. Hand off to Jones again. Breaks the tackle, but is brought down for a loss this time.
Jones on the carry, J.J. Mills on the stop, the backfield. Loss on the play.
I don't know. I messed up on this somewhere. Loss on the play of a yard. And it'll be 4th down and about 2 at the 47-yard line. And Cameron Scarlett punted last time effectively. He was in there to do the punting. He is apparently the backup.
Scarlett to punt. Parks to return.
Kick
Good
is away.
kick.
Another good kick. Receiver back inside the 10 to pick it up. Avoids the first line of tacklers and gets up the sideline, and he's at the 30.
Oh, come on.
And brought down by Scarlett, the punter, at the Bryant 47-yard line. Great return by Monte Parks.
Well, we're going to have a block in the back, and then we're going to have another one against our own Hart Penfield. He kind of retaliated, so it was going to be some good long field for Northside, but now it looks like they might offset, so I don't know what they're going to do on this.
Yeah, post-possession fouls. Not sure what that signal was. That was an interesting signal. So they're bringing the ball back anyway, back to where the flags were. We have blindside block. Illegal blindside block, and they're not calling any foul on Bryant.
Oh,
That's
did.
all they called.
Yeah, they look like they. He definitely did like a peel back block, and it was like the flags came in right there, but I guess they were thrown to the one beforehand.
So
We'll take that back.
half the distance to the goal line puts it at the 8. So with 8:30 and counting left to play, Northside has it deep in their own end, trailing it 42-0. That was our halftime score. Bryant's played reserves the whole second half. Northside, with their backup quarterback in the game, as Dre Norwood, their starter, was injured late in the first half. Here's a jet sweep, trying to get around the left side. Got room to run and making a first down and more. This is Tyson Procyse, and he's going to go for a touchdown. 92-yard run by Tyson Procyse. And Northside has broken the goose egg here with 7:58 left to play. So a little fun for the Northside gathering here at Mayo Thompson Stadium as they get on the board.
With the 93-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, help his stats out a little bit, and got a little bit
Northside
of life back into the crowd over here.
Extra point attempt by Stanton now. And this is standard procedure, I guess. The kick is up, and it is good. So 42-7 is Bryant's lead. As Northside gets the first score of the second half. 7:58 left to play, and the Grizzlies will be kicking off, and we'll see if they try an onside kick here. Bryant at the half tried to just squib kick it to prevent a return right before the half with less than 10 seconds left in the half, and wound up recovering the kick. And Northside's announcers, at least, and maybe their fans and the officials or their coaches too, may have thought Bryant was trying to pile on. Of course, the Hornets got the ball and just took a knee, but it rankled some feathers there for a little bit, ruffled some feathers. Stanton has it teed up to kick off. Looks like a normal tee up. Back deep for Bryant is Trayvon Heron, who hadn't played since the first half. Kick is a high end-over-end kick that Joseph Young gets at the 13-yard line. Joseph back across the 20. Avoids a tackler, but then it's tripped up as he gets to the 23-yard line. Had some room to run if he had gotten past that defender, and the defender is the one that's slower to get up.
Yeah, Caleb Fisher is the one that brought him down, and he's the one that's a little slow to get up.
The return back to the 23, 10 yards on the return for Joseph Young, who had a good first half. They'll attend to this young man as he's a little slow getting up. Looks like he's having some pain. We'll take a timeout. Bryant leads at 42-7. Listening to the Hornets on mmproductions.net.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
Hornets are leading at 42-7. They had a 42-0 lead at the half. Northside just scored, and on the kickoff return, Caleb Fisher, one of their wide receivers and their return men, was injured.
It looks like
but he's on his feet now.
Cramping up. Do have a game that's in the fourth already. Cabot is at Catholic. It is 20-21 in favor of Catholic right now. That's in the fourth.
Hornets play the Rockets next week in Bryant. Hornets, for the fourth time in as many weeks, has a mercy rule. We want to let you know that the DVD copy of tonight's game, go to mmproductions.net. Some of you might not have been able to pick up the game early, but it's all there.
Nice.
From the start. It's a pass from Metters. It's completed. And who was that making a catch? Looked like 36.
36.
That is the senior Ryland Blevins getting a catch, and he's out to the 40-yard line, a 17-yard gain. And Metters fakes a handoff, throws the outside, gets his man. It's Curtis who's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So Clay Curtis with a reception to spread the wealth. And the Hornets, after the touchdown by Northside, they don't seem to be afraid to throw it now. The wideouts either side. Metters hands off to Jones. He's got 3 or 4 out near the 50-yard line. That is Taven Jones. Give him 4 on the play to the 49, and it'll be a 3rd and 1 there. Jones stays in the game with Metters in the backfield, double wideouts either side of the field.
It's going to be the 10th third down.
Fake the handoff, throw it outside. Curtis has it, and he breaks the tackle. He gets to the 45, down to the 40, and that's where the Hornets will have it with a first down at the 39 as Clay Curtis made a nice move after the catch and gets 12 yards out of that. Hornets going with no huddle. 6 minutes left to play in the game. And it's well in hand, 42-7. Metters back to throw again, down the middle and off the fingertips of Blevins as he overthrew him a little bit at the 30. Clock continues to move because the mercy rule was in effect at halftime. That has been the case for all 4 of Bryant's games so far. We didn't really expect it tonight, but that's what's happened.
Just as I wasn't expecting the past 2 games either.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, fumble.
Fumble, and Foot picks it up and is hit immediately and lost back to the 44-yard line, a loss of 5 on the play.
Yeah, it wasn't so much a fumble, just a bad snap. They bobbled it, and Foot was just right there and picked up off the ground. But still, either way, loss of 5 on that one.
And the clock's down to 5 minutes left to play, and we'll be heading out to Bryant before long. Loss of 4 on it. They mark it at the 48. But it's a third down, and Bryant leads 15 to keep possession of the ball. So Metters has trips to the left this time. Everett's in the ball game. He's got Curtis back to throw. Deep down the left side looking for Clay, but it's underthrown. He was pretty well covered down there at about the 20-yard line. And the Hornet punt unit will come back on. We'll see if Cameron Scarlett gets another time to boot it. He's been impressive in his 3 punts so far in the second half.
Yeah, definitely flipped the field on all the punts that he's done. Nice to have that in your artillery if you ever need it. And we have.
Back deep for the north side is William Relaford. Another good kick.
See where
nobody back, actually. They pulled him off. And the ball will be down inside the 10-yard line at the 7, so another effective punt by
another sub-10 punt.
Senior linebacker Cameron Scarlett. The Hornets will have, Northside will have 4 minutes and 3 seconds left to play. Bryant was able to get some more of their reserves into the ball game. Looks like Hunter Stallman's in there at linebacker. We've got Avery Montoya in the ball game. Jameel Harris is in. They've got Christian Del Castillo is in the ball game. And here's another quarterback for Northside. He's running for it as he gets around the right side and runs into a wall of Hornets. Got to the 12-yard line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Hornets. It's right there to bring him down. That is a young quarterback named Ian Hardwick, a 5'11", 150-pound sophomore. And you give him 5 to the 12, 2nd and 5. And the clock down to 3:22 left. Mercy sakes. Hardwick hands it off around the left side. Coming up to make a nice tackle on it was the linebacker out there. That was Tanner Anderson. Or no, Pierce Kinley. Pierce Kinley was there to make that tackle. As the handoff was given to Northside's Jeffrey Martinez. And he got to the, well, actually ended up losing a yard. 3rd and 6 at the 11. 2:43 left to play in the game. 42-7 Bryant with the mercy rule victory here tonight. Hardwick hands it. Oh, now they run the option, and he's got it, and he's brought down.
Oh, he's lost the ball.
Fumbled the ball. And it looks like Bryant has recovered.
They have.
The only turnover of the game, I believe.
I
think that was Hunter Stallman that recovered it, but they're saying no, that the tackle had been made by Gavin Burton, and it'll be the punting situation.
Yeah, it was moot either way.
4th and 4 at the 13.
Got Derek Rose in the backfield to receive this.
Thorne will punt it once again. he's been busy with that this today, and now Northside's short a man, so they're just gonna play
with 10.
Call a timeout, and they said let it go.
Yeah.
Thorne gets the kickoff quickly, and coming up to make the catch is Rose. He's hit immediately, but breaks a tackle at the 40, and he gets back to the 35-yard line. So Derek playing a little daredevil there.
Yeah. The coach was like, whoa now. Whoa now.
So 4-yard return for Derek Rose, and Bryant will have it with 1:27 left to play, and really all they need to do is take a knee.
Yeah, just take a knee, and that's game, and get on my numbers here, and because I've got a lot of new names to write down again, but they're not lining up in that formation. They're lining out in a play, so this might be the last play, and then
we got another quarterback in the game. Handoff for Garrett, and his tackle in for a loss. As they have Jaden Newbern in the ball game at quarterback for Bryant. And that play lost 2 yards, and with 1 minute left to play, they'll have to snap it one more time. Newbern using the play clock up, and he fumbles the snap, gets it back, and then throws it away. And no penalty flags, so Newbern is able to get outside of the box and throw it away. Clock still rolling with 35 seconds left to play.
And that will be it now.
And we'll see where they've started the 25-second clock, so there's a 2-second differential. So they'll have to snap it this one last time. Newbern hands it off to Jones on the left side. And Taven Jones does a good job of getting down inside the 25 to the 23, and that will be the end of the game tonight. Got the first down on a 14-yard carry, and that'll be the end of the ball game. Bryant led 42-0 at the half. They win it 42-7, the fourth game in a row. They have mercy ruled their opposition. They've done it to Benton. They've done it to Bentonville West. They've done it to Fayetteville, and now to Fort Smith Northside as they go 1-0 in Central Conference play. And we'll be at Catholic next week to play the Catholic Rockets, who were giving Cabot all they wanted tonight. Hornets scored 42 in the first half and come away with a 42-0 victory to improve to 4-0 on the season. Their second shutout earlier this season, they beat Bentonville West 38-0. We'll be back with the stats for the ball game from Aaron Shuttleworth right after this stop. This is the Hornets football. And again, if you missed the first half of our broadcast, a DVD copy of tonight's game, the entirety of it, is available at mmproductions.net. First half was full of highlights and, may I say, some tremendous analysis and play-by-play. So please check that out at mmproductions.net. We'll be back in a moment.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
So Hayden Schrader caught a touchdown pass, and Joseph Young caught a touchdown pass, and then Jake Metters caught a touchdown pass, and then Austin Ledbetter ran for a touchdown. Then he hit Schrader again for another touchdown pass. That's 4. And then Preston Garrett ran for a touchdown, and it was 42-0 with 8 seconds left to play in the half. The Hornets did not score in the second half. Northside got one on a long run by their running back. That was Tyheen Procise, a 92-yard run against the Bryant's reserves. So we have the halftime stats and the full game stats. Bisley at work on that has been Aaron Shuttleworth, and he's now ready to tell you about them.
On the defensive side, Austin Bailey, 1 solo. Rodrigo Martin, 1 tackle for loss. David Shiflett, 1 solo, 1 assist. Cameron Scarlett, 2 solo, and some big punts towards the end of the game. Dalen Land, 1 assist. Catrell Wallace, 2 solo. Kyle Knox, 1 solo, 1 assist. Derek Rose, 2 tackle for loss, 1 pass breakup. Tamarion Wilson, 1 assist, 1 tackle for loss. Brandon Robinson, 1 tackle for loss. Austin Schrader, 1 solo. Tanner Martin, 1 assist. Tristan Sahika, 3 solo. Hart Penfield, 2 solo, 1 assist. And then you got all the reserves, which Christian Kane, 2 solo. Colby Melton, 1 solo. Bumfield had a pass breakup. And then Braden Goodwin had a solo as well. On the offensive side, Austin Ledbetter, this is all first half stats for him, 14 of 23, 287 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jake Metters was 4 of 7 for 34 yards, all in the third, and Jaden Newbern 0 for 1. On the receiving side, Trevon Herron, 3 receptions, 59 yards. Jake Metters, 3 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. Hayden Schrader, 2 receptions, 22 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ahmad Adams, 2 receptions, 2 yards. Clay Curtis, 2 receptions, 17 yards. Joseph Young, 2 receptions, 55 yards, 1 touchdown. Drake Finley, 1 reception, 8 yards. Miles Aldridge, 1 reception, 11 yards. And Rylan Blevins, 1 reception, 17 yards. And the one that really kind of started off the offensive drive was that big run or pass and catch for Joseph Young. I mean, that's what really got the offense going.
No doubt.
On the rushing side, Austin Ledbetter, 3 carries, 16 yards, 1 touchdown. Ahmad Adams, 8 carries, 41 yards. Xavier Foote, 4 carries, 21 yards. Preston Garrett, 7 carries, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. And Traven Jones, 5 carries for 26 yards. So 5 touchdowns in all for Austin Ledbetter, 3 in the air, 1 on the ground tonight.
And the final score once again was 42-7. Bryant Mercy rolls again, this time at Mayo Thompson Stadium over the Fort Smith Northside Grizzlies in the conference opener. We'll be back home next weekend against Little Rock Catholic. Hope you'll be able to join us. And our thanks once again to our producer, Dakota Baxter, our cameraman, Kendrick Ollison. Our thanks to Middleton Heat and Air and Farmers Bank and Trust. Again, for a DVD copy of the entire game tonight, you can go to mmproductions.net. I'm going to, because I thought we did a great job in the first half. And nobody heard.
I know.
Well, somebody might have.
Yeah.
Anyway, 42-7, the final score. We're headed back to Bryant from Fort Smith, and we're glad to be doing earlier than usual.
Yep.
Bryant goes to 4-0, outscored their opponents 164-27 so far. Thanks for Aaron Shuttleworth. I'm Rob Patrick. Thanks for your time this time. Till next time, so long.